Have you heard about the Amber Alert system to find missing children? Well, in California, our liberal politicians decided to go woke with that, and they've created something called the Ebony Alert system. Coming up, I'll tell you why this is so offensive, because it prioritizes the search for missing children on the basis of their skin color. That's right. Stick around. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and here in our state, we have liberal politicians that really aren't seriously interested in solving problems. They are more interested in virtue signaling and grandstanding, showcasing their wokeism at every level, rather than actually doing common sense programs that, I don't know, provide basic benefit to all Californians. The latest is an example using the Amber Alert system. Now, you may know what an Amber Alert is. It's sometimes it comes across your cell phone. Sometimes as you're driving on the freeway, you see an Amber Alert on one of the Caltrans signs. It basically is a way for the law enforcement agencies to alert the public to a missing child, someone who's been abducted. In California, though, a new law would require that we create an Ebony Alert system that would prioritize law enforcement resources based on a child's skin color. I know, pretty offensive. It's outrageous. So let's first go through the legal proposal. Here is CNN. New California law creates Ebony Alert to find missing Black youth and women. Of course, CNN is all excited about this, thinks it's a great idea, doesn't ask the obvious question or raise the obvious issue of whether this is, on the face of it, racist and discriminatory in and of itself. The story starts out by saying a new California law will create an emergency alert system to help find missing Black youth and women between the ages of 12 to 25. And it's all about the legal requirements that Governor Gavin Newsom has signed into law, Senate Bill 673. This will go into effect in January, but basically it says that we will now create, in addition to Amber Alert, we'll have the Ebony Alert system that law enforcement will use only for missing people, missing children that have the right skin color. They have to be Black youth. They have to be young Black women. All you have to do is say that they're missing under unexplained or suspicious circumstances. And perhaps another requirement is whether they're at risk, developmentally disabled, or cognitively impaired, or they might have been abducted. The wingnut left-wing wokist who's behind this is State Senator Stephen Bradford, always involved in race baiting policies. I'm telling you, this guy sees the world as nothing but racism. He is he's out there saying, quote, "The Ebony Alert will ensure that vital resources and attention are given so we can bring home missing Black children and women in the same way we search for any missing child and missing person." Let's just consider the implication of that statement and that quote. He's basically implying that right now we don't search for Black children the same way we search for white children. And there is absolutely nothing to suggest that that is the case. In fact, it's quite offensive to law enforcement and community leaders who, when there's a missing child, they want to go find that child. That's what the Amber Alert system is there for. But State Senator Stephen Bradford, oh, no, he wants to divide us and inject toxicity with the false smear that somehow the existing resources of law enforcement for missing children somehow don't treat Black children as a priority. It's absolutely obscene. The Amber Alert system, here's the existing state law for Amber Alert. First, in order to issue an Amber Alert, these criteria have to be met. Confirmation that an abduction has occurred, that a child was taken by anyone, including a parent or guardian. Second, the victim is 17 years of age or younger, or the individual has a proven mental or physical disability. Third, the victim is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury or death. Fourth, there is information available that, if disseminated to the public, could assist in the safe recovery of the victim. That's the Amber Alert criteria. Nowhere in there does it say that if they're white, give them priority, or if they're Asian, give them priority, or Latino, or if they're black, don't take them into the system. It's colorblind. And I know that there will be some left-wing lunatics out there who say, oh, there's institutional racism. Look, you want to see a real institutional racist problem? Go look at Democrat-run school boards in terms of the disproportionate failings of African-American kids on standardized tests. So don't give me this nonsense that law enforcement somehow doesn't care about black children. So the Ebony Alert would say that if you're black and meet these criteria, that somehow you get an Ebony Alert instead of an Amber Alert. We did look at the legislation, and the only thing that really changes besides skin color is that for Ebony Alerts, apparently you can be up to age of 25 years old rather than 17 years of age. But apparently only missing children between the ages of 18 and 25, if they're black, only they should get an Ebony Alert. If there's a concern about 18 to 25-year-old kids or individuals, amend Amber Alert if you want to. But this Ebony Alert system is just racial division, racial toxicity, grandstanding, wokeism. Even our friends over at Saturday Night Live have decided to get in on mocking this Ebony Alert system. I'm going to share this with you real quick. A segment they just did.
California has become the first state in the country to issue Ebony Alerts when a black child goes missing. Here with more on this is Colin Jost.
So the white guy has to report on it.
It's the first show.
Oh, read the card.
Yeah. California has become the first state in the country to enact Ebony Alerts to help find missing black children. And I'll save you some time. They're not with their fathers. Oh, you like that? Well, here's another. I can't wait. California has become, I like that we restated. California has become the first state in the country to issue Ebony Alerts when a black child goes missing. And hopefully the police find them before I do.
So, we're the butt of jokes. And they're making racially, frankly, I would say that Saturday Night Live is making racially insensitive jokes about this topic. I'm offended. You should be offended. The notion that we would treat missing children differently based on skin color. I mean, if you don't understand how offensive that is, how discriminatory that is, how unequal that is, then there's no hope really for the conversation. And there's so many people on the left that say, no, we need to do that. We need to do that because those African-American individuals, boy, they really need this and they deserve it. Well, shouldn't any at-risk youth be served by a program like this? Why are we making skin color any sort of criteria in determining whether we put law enforcement resources on an issue or on a case? That's the definition, the textbook definition of racism. And the Ebony Alert system is a racist program. It's a discriminatory program. I shake my head at the notion of anyone who is missing, their parents come in to a police station wanting to use an alert for their missing loved one. And they're told, well, can I see a picture? I need to see what the skin color is. Would you consider that they would identify as African-American or black? Just absolutely offensive. Do you turn those people away now? Oh, sorry, can't issue an Ebony Alert. Can't, That's only for black people. Again, I think most common sense people would understand that this is shameful. It's discriminatory. It's virtue signaling. And even there, it doesn't show very good virtues. Instead, what we should do is be thinking about how Gavin Newsom and California Democrats actually put children at risk. If they really wanted to help children out, why don't we close the border to human trafficking? Because a lot of these young kids are trafficked for sex trade and drug trade. A lot of them are kidnapped from their families as they come across the border. And that's how the cartels have their workforce. The traffickers are using these kids to profit. Nope, no concern about that. How about if you want to talk about black children, black women? How about prostitution? And the fact that Governor Gavin Newsom and California Democrats took away an important tool for police officers to be able to find missing black children who've been recruited into prostitution by eliminating the use of law enforcement to detain someone who's loitering or soliciting for prostitution. That was done away with. We basically have legalized loitering and solicitation for prostitution in the state of California. They said that was because of racism, that people were being arrested for just being black on the street. Not true. Law enforcement was targeting people who were likely being sex trafficked so that they could go not after the prostitute, so they could go after the pimp. Now we have a massive increase there, and these young black girls and these children are being taken advantage of. That should be done. That should be fixed rather than an Ebony Alert. Again, this is just nothing more than window dressing when there are real issues, real programs, real laws that could be changed to improve child safety and make sure that these young black women are not being taken advantage of. So look, at Reform California, we're about serious policy. And that's why anyone who voted for this crap should be ashamed, and they should be mocked more so than what Saturday Night Live has just done. Join our fight at reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org. Chip in a contribution, sign up as a volunteer so that we can get you our voter guide for the election. Also, help us break through the censorship of the liberal media by liking this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to this channel, and click the notification button so that you can be given updates every day when we post a new video or a new news story. Till next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Thanks for watching. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.